I'm Ethan Hicks.
I'm Nate Durham.
I'm Julian Lynch.
I'm Darren Collins.
I am P.S. Maldonna. I don't think this one's on. Oh, well, duh. I've been making music since I was like 17. I started making these little rinky beats on GarageBand and just got fascinated with like all of the sounds and all of the loops on there, and was doing show choir and marching band all up and through high school, and so was always just really fascinated with music and just how sounds blend together. And then went to college for music, and once my dad passed away, I just kind of revisited my love for it and started rapping, and now we here.
So I'm 21 years old right now, and I've been drumming for 20 years. When I was 1 year old, they noticed I was always hitting on stuff, so they were like, let's give him something less destructive. So they got me a drum, and they have a picture of it. It's like a turtle drum with the shell, and like the drum head is in the shell. And at first they thought I didn't mess with it because they're like, why is he crying so much? Like, he's supposed to be having fun. There's strings, and I couldn't hit it the way that I wanted to, so they cut the strings off, and I've been drumming ever since. Anything with drumming, you name it. I did almost every performing arts there was at my high school, and yeah, I've just been drumming ever since.
Came out the womb drumming.
I did like all kinds of like summer camps when I was little, and there was a music one that eventually was like the one that stuck, and we had there was like a drum class and a guitar class and a piano class, and like all of these, and guitar just like stuck. And so started taking private lessons and got really into classical for a while, and that's what I did in college. And then throughout college kind of figured out that that's not exactly the direction that I wanted to take it, so I started getting more into more like styles on the electric, and we're here now. I started when I was 9, so that's the full journey.
In my case, I started when I was very young. My mother was my music teacher at my elementary school, and I grew up around a bunch of gospel and jazz music from both sides, like my mom and dad. And then from there, I kind of always knew that I was going to be doing music for my life. Once I got into middle school and high school, I did percussion, and from there, that's where I met these two through high school performing arts, and went to college, graduated with a bachelor's in music production right now. And yeah.
So I started music because really my family is really into music, and I always wanted to be like them and be like on the stage with them. So that brought me into like piano lessons, going into school for it and all that. So it all just carried into one another, and then here I am.
Kind of building off of that, I saw you all exchanging glances the entire performance. Would love to know a little bit about you all coming together to play today.
So this is actually our first time recording a set and playing together. I, like Ethan said, I've known these two right here since we were in high school. So just had that connection always. And finally had an opportunity where I was able to, bring live accompaniment into it. And this is the first person I thought of. Ethan is so dope on the keys and with the arrangements. He's just been like posting these videos, and I've been seeing him online since we graduated. And I've known like anytime I got the chance to like do something with some live arrangement, and I needed some original live arrangement, this was the place that I was going. So he was able to tap us in with these amazing musicians, and hopefully this ain't the last time that you see us all together. We'll be rocking it out very soon. But yeah, this our first time together, but we made some magic happen today.
If you could describe your sound in 3 words, what would they be?
a good question. How I think I always start when people ask me what kind of music I make. I usually put a label on it as like ghetto fabulous. Like I think just become from my experience of like being in the suburbs, but growing up in this city and experiencing a lot of the things that we deal with from a day-to-day basis, just kind of like help shape my worldview and help bring some worldliness to the way that I live. And so I think ghetto fabulous is always a great way to describe my process and what I do. But
If I had to pick 3 words to describe my sound, at least as a drum set player, I think I would go with interactive, Twitch, and what's the last word? I had it in my head just now. Give me like 5 seconds. Oh, it's like infectious. There we go. Infectious. All right. If I had to expand on that more, I would say I like to be a very interactive player. Like I said, I've grown up. Well, I don't know if I actually already said this, but I grew up playing in church, and I've also grew up playing jazz because that's kind of what they mainly teach in school and stuff. And I often noticed that whenever I was like under a solo, for whatever reason, whoever is playing, like especially if it's like a horn, it's always like very long, drawn out statements, but it's not a lot of rhythm in there. And it's like I think sometimes as musicians we forget that just because it's someone's solo that you can't elevate that person underneath their soul, light a fire under them. And so when I hear someone soloing, that's not my time to like lay out and be quiet. I think that's my time to really interact and give you something to think of. Because sometimes, if you get a random solo, you may go blank and you may go, I don't know what to play. But maybe I can give you some inspiration as to where you want to go. And then to get into Twitch, I feel like a lot of my style of drumming involves, having like a very solid groove. Groove is always number one as a drummer. You got to keep everyone alive. But it's like, you don't want to be boring. And it's like, so when that feel hits you, I want it to hit you. And I want it to be a surprise. So I think that's kind of where the Twitch comes from. And that kind of leads into the third one, which I would say was infectious. Because sometimes, if you run a groove for so long, it may get stale. People start to, I'm just playing my part. But if I can change the feeling of the song, that can really affect everybody on stage and make it feel brand new, and that will really pass enjoyment around on stage a lot more effectively, and then back to the crowd.
And I think you did a really good job of that today, bro. Seriously, I think all y'all really gave a lot of space for a lot of this this musical goodness, these nuggets, bro, that I'm like, and y'all really did y'all thing. So I agree with that 100%.
You got? For me, I'm a music producer also, and then yes, I play keys. But I would say some words to describe my sound would be modern, melodic, and like a storyboard. I try to tell stories through my music in certain ways, and I feel like music should be more felt than heard. I feel like music is more of a feeling than it is like sound or anything like that, and I always try to convey that. And then with modern, I feel like I always try to blend all of my inspirations, like artists or genres of music. I always try to blend it into one small particular thing, right? Like that. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like describing how I play because I feel like it's really about putting yourself into it, and then me coming as myself and then describing myself is kind of like it goes backwards. So for me, it's just showing up and I'm putting everything into the bass. So it's that whatever I went through that day or that week is coming out on the bass. So it could be melodic or it could be infectious, but I could be feeling down or something. So you never know what's going. Not to say you never know, but it's I don't know. It's just based on how I feel, and so I don't really like putting labels on that.
I was gonna say I'm also gonna break the rules, and I'm only gonna do one word. This is the one that came to mind is just open, because it's hard, especially we're like young. I feel like so much of like of playing music right now is just like trying to absorb everything I can and trying to like be open to like different styles and different techniques and different sounds, and I feel like the sound that is like whatever my sound is like just going to constantly kind of change based on what like my ears are open to, or something like that.
What's a local artist or band that inspired you or that you would recommend to others?
That was just like inspirations or just local.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
One would be J3. That's the group that I play for. He plays for. He plays for. He plays for. And that's where I got to know these two. And that's a group with us four. We have a trombonist and we have three vocalists. Names Jaden, Josh, and Genesis, and Zach. So we don't have any original music out right now. We always do, for lack of better words, black music. And yeah. That's one local group who I would shout out. So please give us a listen.
I'm gonna break the rules and give you several. I'll start with 4200 Corey. What he's been able to do this year and with his music and with Cobra Sun has been something that's gonna give the city something to resonate and grow with as this underground scene is burgeoning. So shouts out to Corey. Baby Ebony, one of the biggest reasons why I do what I do, and one of the biggest inspirations into my music on the local scene. Shout out to Eb. Would not be rapping the way I do, rhyming the way I do without him. I would also like to shout out Kevin Ho, giving probably like the biggest surge and breathing the most fresh air into the alternative scene and really showing us that it's a space for rap in places where we would never traditionally look for it. And who else? Skip, Maxie. Oh my God, there's so many. Devin Cruz. There's so much amazing music in this city, and you just gotta tap in. If you're not familiar, get familiar. Mike the Seventh, Nori the Goat. Like it's everywhere. Anywhere that you can find it, like on any corner of the city, it is there for you to listen to, and it is fantastic. So shout out to all those individuals. Please check out their music for sure.
I was gonna say, speaking on the local scene, especially on the more jazzier side, there's a couple people I've been able to rub elbows with kind of casually, and it's kind of nice just to listen to their inspiration, whether it's just at a jam session or play. And those people probably be like people like Goldie Ingram, Paul Hayes, Rob Dixon, Reggie Bishop. Those are some pretty cool people around town that play some really amazing music. I don't know when this is getting aired, but if you have any time, stop at the Chatterbox this Sunday. I'll be playing with Goldie Ingram. It'll be a great time. Bring your friends. Yeah.
ESPN, Juicy Got Bars, TGI Free, 5-Star Bam. Who else? Bushido Brown. Lord have mercy. It's so much great music in this city, y'all. Y'all gotta go tap in. If you still sleep after I done gave you like 12, 15 names, you're out your mind. Mike the Seventh, bro. Like, please, if I go check it, that's how bad you need to go check it out. I done said some of these names twice. All right.
Thank you for that. I'm feeling just as passionate about the local music scene lately, so I'm excited to see other people that are like fired up about it too.
Just Dom. Okay, that was my last one.
Okay, tell me a little bit about how do you handle a period of creative block or, a time where inspiration doesn't seem to come as easily?
I like whenever there's burnout with like my relationship with the instrument, I always can just turn to like more listening to music. And that's, I think, a great way to like kind of balance, like whenever I feel like I just don't want to pick it up, or I'm not like the creative like neurons aren't firing, then I can just like go back and like listen to the stuff I love, try to find new stuff to listen to, and like kind of through that always balances out that burnout, and then I can always like get back into it like pretty easily. That helps me a lot.
I was gonna say my take on this is a bit different, but I don't believe that inspiration truly ever dies or stops. I think, at least for me personally, it's like the only thing that ever changes is perspective. Even the most primitive of animals on the planet, every action you can say, I would say, has a 50-50 split between need and necessity. There are certain things that an animal may do in the wild that it doesn't necessarily need to do, and there's things that it does need to do. And I think everyone kind of coexists in that relationship where there's things that you want to do and things that you need to do. And I think especially when it comes to something you're passionate about, like an instrument, that want and that need kind of coexist in a special place. So it's like, I don't really ever experience that burnout, but I understand that something is having my perspective. And at least for me, in that moment, I stop thinking and start playing. Because it's like, if there's no thought, something's going to come out. And that's not what I was thinking about. And that's inspiration.
I think you just gotta slow down, stop what you're doing, and go outside. Go touch some grass. I think the only way through it is to do it. You got to go experience these things, or at least for me, I think that a lot of my art and a lot of my music is reflective of what I'm dealing with at the time. And I think that any artist who's worth their salt should be reflecting, the times that they living through and the things that they are going through. So you just got to go live life. There's going to be a song, there's going to be a movie, there's going to be a cartoon, there will be a person that you meet, there will be conversation that you have that will give you something to continue forward, because I think that is, at the core of it, that's what drives everything that you do. It should be just, to experience and expand and get better and keep, broadening your horizons. And I think that's the best way to continue to improve, especially when you're not feeling it.
I'll be quick because Julian and Devin just basically said the exact same things I was going to say. But like for me personally, I would also just take a break, go outside, just try to just be open to learning other things or listening to other things. And like for me personally, especially as a music producer, is that anything and everything can be music. Like you can just sit around, you hear something from a TV show, and you're like, I could probably sample that and make that into something. So it's like, if you're feeling like burnt out or anything, it's like, just know that music is really everywhere.
I mean, they all said, excellent explanations. I do feel like I agree with like do some living and, get a different perspective and then, come back to it. Or it's not really about leaving it or, dropping it. It's always there. So it's never gonna, you're not gonna quit, or you're not going to, it's not like music is, like he said, it's like music is everywhere, so you're always surrounded by it. You just learn how to listen.
Super exciting. We took all of these answers and we just wrote the book basically for how to get over creative block.
And go study what you like. Go figure out why you like the things that you like, break them down and rebuild them and spit them back out. Go listen to your favorite artists, your favorite writers, anybody who inspires you to be better. Go figure out why you like what you like about them, and you're gonna find something in there.
Go see a concert.
Go see a concert. Go watch a movie. Go do something.
Just live life.
Touch some grass.
Yeah, Straight Cash, by the time that this is recorded, will be out and on streaming everywhere. I had the pleasure of working with the amazing producer, Donnie Cash, and he helped me bring this wonderful, wonderful project together. Some of the things that you heard today were on that project, and hopefully this ain't the last that y'all see of me and the guys. I think we put on a really dope show today, and so, any chance that I can have them, as well as Slim, we gonna do it for sure. So just keep looking out for us and for Just a lot of the music videos and a lot of the things that you do enjoy about what we do. You can look forward to that very, very soon, and in the forthcoming future.
I'll let someone else speak about J3, but personally, I'm in a rock band, a Bloomington-based rock band. We've been playing around town. We've got our first single coming out. We just recorded it. Very excited about that. Also, I just started a Latin jazz duo with Zach, the trombone player. We're called Saudade. We're playing around little coffee shops, just like stuff like that. And it's been a great time kind of getting that off the ground too. So, yeah.
As mentioned before, J3 is in this city. If you got weddings, parties, anniversaries, anything
Bar
where
mitzvahs.
you want really good music, hire us. We will get your party lit. We'll do special song requests, the whole nine. In terms of other things for me, like I said, this Sunday, Chatterbox, Goldie Ingram. What else I got? November 15th, Triple AI. November 20th, I got a jazz concert. I think that's coming soon, but I know it's happening. December 6th, maybe. December 15th, another Chatterbox date. And looking to book more, so, always reach out. Don't have a problem reaching out. We're all available.
For my case, also I'll be doing J3 stuff with the gang, and then also I post a lot on Instagram _easy02. That's my username. So then also I mentioned before that my main instrument was percussion, so I'm also a member of the Colts drumline, the Indiana Pacers drumline, and the Indiana Fever drumline. So I always play at those games every now and then. So look at the jumbotron, you may see me. Yeah, that too. What else? No, that's really about it. So yeah.
I ain't got nothing.
No, nothing. All right. Well, thanks.
Let's do a send-off message.
Shout out Garfield Arts Park Center for having us, man. This was a super dope experience. I'm super happy and super grateful for these guys and for y'all. Yeah, I have been P.S. Maldonna, and we don't got no band name yet, but stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Oh, you can find my music everywhere that music is available, even Deezer. P.S.Maldonna. You can follow me on all socials under that same name. You should be able to find me. Or Google me. I'm on Google.
DC_7.22 if you need a drummer or just want to listen to some good covers. I drop Instagram content, YouTube content, TikTok content. It's all the same. Really cool stuff going on there. And if you need a drummer, let me know. I got you.
I just told you my Instagram handle. The same thing. This is my. It's also my TikTok handle, and it's easy with a Z. Thanks.
You can follow me at nate.base13 on Instagram. Yeah, that's it.
Mine's Julian.Parker575, Instagram, same thing. Also, thank you so much, guys, for having us.
Good stuff.
All right.
Very intellectual thought space.
Y'all dropping some actual elite ball knowledge. Like, a philosopher.